Now, I feel like you could just go for Cal and Alistair is a really good pick for him.
Yeah.
Instead, opts for the Elise. So, a bit more early pressure in the lane than an Alistair would have. A very volatile pick, though. We've seen this pick snowball and do a lot of work. We've also seen it do the opposite and kind of fall off. So, this feels like BNK FearX have really opted into kind of a feast or famine composition. You know, we've seen Neferi function in that way. Elise is definitely being picked here to have more of that early pressure compared to an Alistair who's such a stable team fighter. And bro, I mean, I feel like the comp has great engage options. The Talia has so much value here. The Corki is going to be completely fine. I think BNK FearX went for that approach.
They absolutely did. We'll see if they get first or second in this game, number 1. It's losing its, you know, its gravity, its meaning, you know, when you win so much. You're like, another win.
Exactly. What's Talia, who can just keep harassing you down.
Oh,
that's a good buffer.
Nice. Yeah, he's going to get in there. He does take a bunch of damage himself, but you'll notice the mana getting pretty low.
1 win and 4 losses, which is, you know, the champion's still strong. We saw him have a lot of great performances in the LCK Cup, but I think just the introduction of the straight-up laning, level 1 to 3, has made a big difference. You know, if you're playing against, I mean, that's something like an Elise as an Alistair, you're not having a fun time, and you're not really offering anything in those early levels.
Yeah.
Until you have like your... And the thing is, WQ makes a difference, but you're so behind because the level 1, you kind of need level 3, and you need like a reset before you're really ready to tango.
Well, yeah.
Oh, so Morgan's taking the window to move up.
Well, Raptor is trying to get over this wall. He will be able to. He got the 1 grub. And even with Morgan moving up, it doesn't look like BNK want to fight. Well, I say that. Diablo does get over the wall. They push Hype away, and now you see that Helm in a little bit of an awkward spot. That was almost a steal on the grub as well, but they do get the 1 matchup, and that's where the majority of that 500 gold lead does go. As in goes Vikla, and Kellen's here as well. There's the knockback, the flash. Very nicely done from Kellen to get the flash of Closer.
Ideal. They are looking for a dive, though, on Clear.
Yeah. Clear is level 7. He is going to get the ult, but that's onto the Rel. Paulo just going to tank this one up. He does take a lot of damage. LME flashes away. But even with that, and now Vikla is here to clean up as he picks up a kill.
To make that dive happen. Morgan's still getting pressured out bot. They get the Dragon as well. It just feels like all the boxes being ticked right now.
Morgan does get a decent trade. Top River is pretty heavily in favor of BNK. Vikla, yeah, he's going to get spotted here, but he's level 10. And even the Element Closer together are like, you know what? Never mind. I don't think we can really kill him here, as the rest of the team is right there with them. Hype going to take a chunk. As Palu and the team of Bro, they're desperate to try to get in here. Morgan does have TP. He is going to utilize it. Clear has to go in. The follow-up very slow as they use everything on the Ambessa, though. And they're still not able to take out Clear. He survives until the very end. And down will go Hype as well, as this is going very awry for Bro. It's only Morgan who does get 1 kill. And Closer trying to help him out with some rocks here on the right side, but he doesn't quite have the damage just yet. Still trying to kite it out, though. The flash forward! There's the kill, making it 2! As Diablo has to get over the wall and run away.
That dove through the Unraveled Earth. It was like, there's no option. There's no alternative. That was slick.
Yeah, they knew. Somehow, they had an inkling.
And yeah, I think with Kellen there, you probably don't go for this. But...
He's level 11 as well. He's going to steal the Rel ultimate. He's like, bring it on. You can see they're trying to set up for this one. Palu is just going to go in there as they're on a ward, as everything being thrown into the Neferi. Down goes Raptor, and down should go Kellen here in just a moment. Once he falls from the sky, there you go. It's a double kill for Closer as well, who has 4 kills in this game. And now what do you do as BNK? You just got to give up the objective.
Beautiful engage from Palu, and I feel like they've had such a good read on what BNK FearX is trying to do. These traps that have been set, finds this angle to get the double combo, and the follow-up is pristine. That is the sort of play that Edgar would be proud of.
Absolutely. Looks like they were just standing on a ward. We'll have to see exactly, you know, how they made their way into that
scenario.
He said, I'm going in.
Yep.
You know, he knew this was happening. He was calling for this play 5 seconds before it happened.
And the backup from the team as well. TP comes in, the Weaver's Wall, everyone's there to follow it up, and Banana Bush control in favor of Bro right now.
Yeah. Raptor's doing a very good job of farming, actually, ahead about 20 CS. He's up a level as well on Elm, so he's in a good spot himself, has a couple of kills. Let's see, this fight is brewing now as this Dragon getting very low. Just going to ult in onto Elm and attempt to take him out. Palu trying to disengage ult, but now the backline of Bro is just wide open as Elm goes down essentially for free. There's the Dragon of BNK as well, but now in comes Closer. He wants the revenge. He will be able to take out Raptor alongside of Hype, as now Hype gets another kill here, picks up the Ezreal, a nice shutdown for him. And even when they had the Ambest and the Fury, it's like, well,
Oh, he's not hitting the plan.
Raptor is going to go untargetable, but guess who is not quite able to do so on time? It is Kellen, who is going to try to flash away, but that's a free kill. As a bit of damage is traded back. We got a TP as well. As Clear is behind them, looking for the angle right now. Just going to send himself in there into the front line, but this is a 4v5 for BNK as down will go Clear. Doesn't really do much of anything.
Recalling, not sure if they're going to contest this. Dabble is just going to go mid, yep, so this will be given over and find the right target. But the fact is, some champions just don't let you play the game if you want to dash.
Yeah.
And that is Talia.
Well, we are going to see a Cocoon lands here. Morgan in a lot of trouble. Doesn't matter what champ he's playing. Three
later, even though they are at a deficit.
Well, they're going to start it up. I mean, certainly Diablo's doing a lot of damage. It's now Morgan going to be caught here once again, but look at the follow-up here from the side of Bro, as now maybe they were locked in with Bro, as now down will go Clear, as they're looking to turn this one with the Vi ultimate onto Palu, but that is a Rel. He's just tanking up all the damage. They can't even kill him by the end of it all. Finally, the flash ult comes in from Raptor, as this Nefiri is quite scary. I'm not sure if BNK can actually fight this, though, without Vikla, who is just going to back. It doesn't look like he's going to TP back into this fight. So, yeah.
Put the Lord agree to work. You
Yeah.
know? I need you to defend the Fury, because it's... Oh!
Well,
That one
okay.
did hit.
That Cocoon did hit. We don't have to imagine, but it just sets BNK up for disaster as now the flank comes in, but it's just a couple of them going down. Raptors in the back line, but even he can't get a kill as there is no defense for Nefiri this time around. Diablo alone, and just Arcane shifting kind of sadly backwards as Bro, they group up in mid, and with the Baron buff especially, this should be the end.
Okay, well, you know, we learned some things from this game. Melee champions, dash champions struggle into Talia. New information we've obtained for this game, and Closer is pretty good. So they will close this one out pretty decisively. And Bro, now going to be one game away from breaking that massive streak.
There you go. Game number 1 in the bag.
But you know, so many windows, like in that final fight where Clay had threatened the TP flank, and they just jumped on Vikla immediately, all 5 of them. It felt like so many situations were like 5v2, 5v1, 3v1 from Bro, because they were just using AD carry pick, and they will go for the Zeri, which I think they're pretty happy with this situation.
Yeah.
There's obviously a lot of tools to punish the Zeri, a lot of CC threats on the side of BNK FearX, but I do remember this sort of Zeri-Ahri duo. Closer was the Ahri when last year when they were playing this a lot. They had a Vi paired up with it as well. But the team fighting prowess, that mobility, like you think of the bot side of Brion's composition, they kind of just fly in, dashing over walls, looking to join a fight. Whereas I feel like for BNK FearX,
getting ready to hop onto the Rift here for game number 2. BNK FearX up against OK Savings Bank Brianna. Let's do it.
Playing an Ahri as well, like if Closer throws out a charm and you have to ult the charm, it just doesn't feel good. So I feel like the counterpoint is that Xayah would have been pretty good to Wukong if Hype had gotten it, but I think he's really fine on the Zeri quite as easily.
Unless you're Delight somehow. Oh, nice little charm here from Closer. He does have to flash just to make 100% sure that he survives that. Wanted to get out of range of Vikla. As now it'll engage here from Kellen. He ends up position.
I think it's weird to talk about tiebreakers now, but
sorry,
we're looking for. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
that's the whole point.
I'm sorry I talked about it. Yeah, Vikla doesn't have flash, so I think eventually, Bro, we're just gonna say.
It's a bit weird to talk about.
It is, yeah.
But
I know.
But the point I'm making is when we get to the end of the split, it always comes down to it. We're talking about like teams.
Exactly.
You know, this This Bruiser Ari has been so obnoxious, other than the fact that she just becomes super tanky and hard to deal with late game. But the Catalyst, early, just you can trade so heavily in, you know, you essentially is getting free HP back. The fact that Vikla obviously would go towards a Catalyst himself, but the fact he doesn't have it because he has to pick up tier and he didn't get that kill. Well, he got killed by Closer.
Kind of scaling in this game. We did have the 1 kill, and now Raptor on a ward's going to go in there with the ult on Elm, who does throw out his own, but in the 1v1 with Vikla coming over as well, he at least hit him.
Yeah.
You know, that's helpful.
That's true.
This is Rakan. I think Paulo eventually just hops over to Ellen. He will be just fine. And they finally find that ward, by the way. Ellen's like, you know, Closer could have bought, TP'd in or something. Well, I say that, now they're actually collapsing once again. And here comes Palu. He's in a bit of trouble. Look at the turn it, though. There's the TP I was talking about, and Diablo doesn't have his. As Raptor very deep in enemy territory. Kellen's just going to ult, but at the end of the day, bro, they still get that last grub, and Raptor is still on the run.
He's wrapping around.
He indeed
oh,
is.
Yeah, it's Zeri.
Yeah.
He was in Japan.
Yeah.
At that time.
I thought he didn't want to do it with you.
Well, that was all. But he actually traveled to Japan as an excuse.
That makes sense. It was very well timed.
Kellen, on his signature Alistair, trying to find windows just to threaten, and now looking for a dive here on a Morgan. Oh, no.
And Morgan has his flash, but Kellen could easily just follow flash, so Morgan gonna flash anyway as he figures out, oh, there's 4 people here. I guess I'm just dead. Now, BNK, they want to fight over this Rift Heralds. They'd love to get this objective. Here comes the TP from both sides. The Ari TP very far away. As now Clear is just kind of waiting for him. Closer, though, is Ari, gets the Featherstorm, and now the front line is just burning to a crisp, and this is where the Ari and the Zeri really shine as they chase down that back line. Nobody can get away. Clear at least able to get the 1 kill on the Zeri, but the rest of the team is just gone. As there you go, bro, they're going to clean up this fight, and now they'll take that objective.
I think the game plan from BNK FairX was, oh, this is a deep TP, it's an Ari, we can punish.
Turns into an animal.
It's that 1,300 gold lead, you know what that is? That's your bro tax being put to work.
Yeah. He's collecting all the coins from the Twitch chat. That's going to be Morgan just dying. Meanwhile, we got a 1v1 up here, but Closer is extremely strong. The charm is going to miss, but still the damage is there. The flash and the auto is enough. The flash on the return of the orb was so clean for Closer. And now he's 2 levels up on his laning opponent.
Yep, also gets the feats of strength from that. Really nicely played by Closer, 77 gold.
They want to make it look like a showdown and not like a beatdown.
Yeah. This moment, so Vikla's trying to go back and forth to dodge the Bear the Charm. Don't dodge it, but yeah, the return on the Q and Kellen
with the engage here. That is on to Closer, and he doesn't have the Spirit Rush. So there you go. They finally get the shutdown. It goes over to Raptor.
Yeah, so not to sound critical, but I think there is a couple of Grandmasters. Everyone else is challenging. Like in our Twitch chat. I think that's an absolute fact.
That's why they speak so confidently about it.
I mean, a lot of them are bro fans, and I don't think there's a single bro fan who isn't challenger.
I mean, you have to be extremely high level to understand bro's level. As that is a massive engage from B&K. Raptor finally finds the angle. And maybe some of that fedness is going to good work. They're going to take down Closer as well. It's a 2-for-0. They just find them in the river, as that confidence that bro is walking with is just kind of the death of them.
Yeah, you see, Brendan, I'm not challenger, and I don't understand that. I don't understand that because I'm not challenger. Bro kind of
gets it.
Twitch chat gets it. They understand what bro was going for there. But BNK FairX, they find a massive engage. Yes. I think you have to ult.
Yeah, Closer does have the ability to rush spiritually away from them.
He's holding it. He's like, maybe I don't have to ult. Maybe the Wukong will just stop hitting me if I just keep running. No, stall. Just mind control them to not fighting or taking the dragon.
I mean, Closer does not have his ult, and he at least has the arm guard. He is going to go golden. The turnaround is there. They've got their Zeri in the fight this time around. So not bad for bro. Closer kind of acting like the bait, but now he doesn't have an arm guard. So
the Seekers and the Zhonya's in one fight isn't that much.
Yeah, absolutely. As LM's going in, I mean, he is Shin down, so he will stay alive. Kellen as well, but eventually that ult does dissipate. Kellen also gonna have the same happening to him, but now look at Diablo just going forward. He's got the Featherstorm. And he's going to do a bunch of damage here to Closer. Takes him down. It's a triple kill for Diablo. They're still trying to dive the turret. They don't have to do that.
An opportunity to capitalize on that. No one's going to contest this, so they should be able to pick it up pretty easily. And BK Fear
support main on the desk with me.
That's what I'm here for.
How many games of Alistair do you have?
Too many to count.
Too many that you want to count. But here comes Raptor. He is running at the TP, unfortunately for him, as he is going to actually taxi onto Closer, but that is Ari. Nice secondary ult as well. Raptor, he got himself into a really rough spot, and he makes the best of it. He does possible, rather than taking a big risk.
Wukong isn't
trying to get out.
hard to catch.
Yeah.
They'll smite for the slow, sees the TP come in, sidesteps, dash, ult, flashes the W as well. It's really well played. And then, you know, Clear? Clear's like, I saved my jungler, but he's also farming the damage numbers with that ult, you know?
I mean, it's going to feel pretty good. Wow, okay, well, the combo could have been better, but still, I love the effort. They're just sending it into that backline, but Raptor is down already, and at least they're going to be able to take out Hype with that equalizer. Now the rest of the team on the follow-up, and Bro does not have their 80 carry, as Diablo looking to continue to chase. It's just going to be a couple of guys going down, and BNK not able to force anything else. They should be able to get this dragon off of the back of this fight. Looks like Ellum will just run away.
I feel like Clear has just been such a threat in these fights where, you know, even if things go a little bit whiff, I feel like you have to play these fights well. Now, Blank coming in.
Blank coming in. The Rise going right on top of Hype here as Ellum. And Morgan, once again, in a lot of trouble. He's going to get the knockback, but with the equalizer, there's just no hope for him. And the Jace, once again, not able to do much of anything at all. There's the root onto Hype, and he's trying to hit an ulted Alistair. It's just 0 damage. In goes Closer, just to die, I guess. A quick work of that, as that should be the end of the game. 33 minutes in, BNK take the final fight, and they will take down this Nexus.
I think despite the Ari getting fed early on, BNK Fearex really took control of the game. Diablo, who started off silent, farmed up and just started to become a monster in these later fights. I think him and Clear really having a lot of presence in these 5v5s, and BNK Fearex not ready to let their Saturday showdown streak end.
정면으로 갈게.
제리 노플인데 나 천천히 가.
야, 제리 위치 좋은데? 제리 보자.
제리 넘어. 아래 봐줘.
제이스 오플.
아리 벌고.
볼게. 야, 끝까지 가보자. 제이스 오플이야.
다운도 노플이야. 다운도 노플. 다운 봐줘.
야, 제리 봐봐. 제리.
제리 봐봐.
제리 볼게라.
제리선.
제리 잡았어. 야, 아리 봐줘. 아리.
아리 개피. 바텀 메이드. 제리 가자. 이런 게 큰일 날 거야.
And it just felt like Bro at points got a little disrespectful and got punished very quickly for it. I think they were at the point where like Closer's fed, we've already won game 1, if we win this game, you know, we can go get some food. No, you have to
feel a little bit
still
hungry.
Respect your opponent, and BNK Fearex really came alive. You can see in the goal graph, there was that point about 20 minutes where it looked like Bro taking control, but BNK Fearex answered back, and if he is the one on the front line or in those
Fiora
comes through. So this was the pick they were saving that they had ready for the Gwen. The thing is, I'm just going to be brutally honest. How do BNK Fearex team fight against Brion? Ever.
Well, you don't.
And you may think, well, what if they CC them? Well, I don't know if you know this, but you can actually build Mikhails on Ivan. So, good luck. I just think that they've got this Fiora matchup. They have a good pick for Vikla. You know, he had a good Azir game, but he's playing in the Tristana, which closes fine with that matchup.
And we're going to win this one, but does that make them win the game? Because that's what matters. Who's going to kill the Nexus? And right now, the better draft is Bro by a million miles. We'll have to see how much this Fiora can get done as we hop into the Rift for game number 3. Times like, unless he's going to literally 1v9 this game.
No, he needs to dunk on Morgan. If he doesn't dunk him, and you know what? I'm gonna make it a little bit worse for you, okay? Look at Morgan's sums. He has Ignite. So like, we've had the buff to the early game of Gwen, and he has Ignite.
And we're gonna see a nice little engager actually onto a Diablo. He's gonna have to cleanse, but he might still be in trouble here as flashing early just not to die, as already the bottom lane.
You have to play lane level 1. And in this case, you didn't get to play lane level 1.
Yeah. And Kai'Sa's really good with like hard engaged compositions. By the way, the Fiora's losing in the 1v1.
There's no
Claire goes
way.
back in and
Biscuits.
Yeah, no,
this isn't good.
He doesn't die, but really the issue is that he's losing the lane.
And also, because he was ignited during the biscuits, you don't even get that much healing from it. Like, Morgan's got more health. Okay, Raptor's showing up, but so...
Guess who's here?
Elim's here too.
Elim's here, and Raptor just has to back away. And Elim's ahead as well. Like, even gives him a little bush. We got a little fight down here on the bottom side of the map, looking for the Rift Scuttler. And that one is going to go towards the Ivern, not a big surprise.
I really like how Paulo ulted it, even though, like, Ivan doesn't need help. It's just like, I mean,
you gotta know.
To be fair, I feel like there's a lot of people who don't know what certain champions do, you know.
Does anyone really know what Aphelios does? Still?
I don't know. Into team fights, not a good spot. He's finding some good trades now.
Yeah, he's getting in there. Morgan getting pretty low. He's got flash available. There's the slow, and now Elim comes up with the shield. It was a bait all along. The timing is perfect, and down will go clear just like that. First blood to Ivern.
BNK Ferox just going for the Raptors. Raptors, he is Raptor. He's going for the grubs.
The grubs are going for the Raptors.
Or is Raptor going for the grubs? Bit of both. And he will just take one and disengage with good reason, because Morgan was heading over, or heading towards the top side. So I think Diable's generally doing a good job of keeping up in farm. Oh.
All right, well, there we go. Gonna pull the trigger on this one, and now he's got Raptor with him to maybe help out, but Morgan's still a bit healthy. Can he take the 1v2? As the needles are coming out, he dodges the impale, just trying to buy as much time as possible.
Wait, he has to
BNK
back
are running
away?
away 2v1. They don't know exactly where Ivern is, and they see him in the river, and they're like, well, we can't take this. And so not even with jungle help can they kill the Gwen.
Guys, I'm going to say it. I think the Fiora counter pick might not be working.
Thank you for that that information, Onks. We weren't sure.
Maybe they don't agree with win, you know? It happens plenty of times.
Oh boy. Well, he got hit by the volley, and he doesn't have his ult. So Claire just trying to go for the trade. It's not going to work out, and now Morgan is going to pick up the kill with a little bit of help from his friend Height.
I keep trying to make a point and stuff keeps happening.
It happens so much in this game, actually. It's so funny.
Okay, stuff is happening.
Well, they're trying to do something to the Gwen here. Do they have enough? Already Raptor pretty low. He doesn't get the stun, but eventually will land the impale, and it takes 4 people.
Oh, but and it gets the kill. That TP, maybe a little bit of the generous Giga Chad himself. Wanted to give Kellim some gold. That can definitely happen. You know, even if a draft isn't favored, you can still win. But clearly a lot of BNK Ferex's draft was based around this Fiora being successful, and it just has not been so far.
50 gold.
True. Maybe that's the game plan, just kill. But yeah, well, BNK Ferox will get some grubs at least, and it will be a 3-for-3.
Plates. Hype got a bunch of plates in the top lane. Okay, Vikla's finally going to find him. He just throws out an ult.
Late game.
And yeah, maybe just trying to match that, you know, try to be a force in the team fights. Diablo is going to have to cleanse this one. And Hype will take that trade every day of the week. As now, maybe a fight here. Elim going to get caught up. Does land the root first, but they're both stuck in place, which means the Ivern might just die here to the Leona. Nice setup from Kellen and Raptor to make that happen. Flash over the wall, but Paulo going to get followed here. As the ult from him only hits Diablo. And that's a kill for the Kai'Sa, so they pick up a couple. We do have the health bars underneath the portraits. As now gonna send it. Here come the needles, as there's the grand challenge as well, as now Claire has to flash away. At least he gets away from the needles. Here comes an arrow. Ooh. As he is Fiora, he will be able to dash that. But I feel like this still losing lane.
This is another situation where, like, oh, well, he lives, but yeah, you kind of pick to survive. Is not an ideal situation to be in. Heal and shield power.
Yeah. Here's the Infernal. Should go the way of BNK. Doesn't look like Bro are in position to challenge this one.
And I think this is what...
And they're going to get a charge. Out comes Daisy. Engage from Kellen. Sails wide. And now the engage comes in from Paulo. Already a lot of damage, but that is Leona. They don't overcommit. Probably smart at this point in time.
Yeah, the Azir. Oh, here we go.
The dash
follow-up
into the arrow.
I think the Azir tower coming down really negated churning through this Atacon.
Yeah. They say, well, this is one way to start a team fight. You mentioned it actually in the draft. You know, you got Rift Heralds, you got Grubs, you got Otacons, you got Barons, you got Dragons. You got to fight over something eventually, as in they go. They're trying to take out Hype, who somehow lives for so long. Eventually they do take him down, but down goes Leona as well. Palu eating a lot closer, jumping in, takes out Diablo. As Vikla trying to be that late game damage. Clear has a nice angle on the left side as he will get that elimination onto Elim. And there you go. Takes out Closer as well. And now the Fiora in a scrappy fight like this with some help from the Skarner picks up the win in the fight, does BNK.
BNK FearX able to clear up, and the team BNK FearX always happy to take an own goal.
Well, that's a kill. Yeah, a little bit of disrespect for the Fiora. Tanky Azir as well.
What does Ivan do? Provide shields? The Soul can do that, you know?
Yeah.
The Hex Splash over?
It's just as good. That hook was kind of funny. Might have made the difference. But eventually Hype comes over and then Paulu's like, okay, you got him, right? Come on,
right? At least Hype got the goal. You know, you have to play the game, you have to click the buttons.
Yeah.
And bro, they need the...
Well, no, they're going to get Ellen once again, and the Leona ult comes down as well. The damage from Diablo is there. They take out two, and bro, they face plant into the river once again as Closer trying his best, but he gets taken out. It's a triple kill for Diablo.
They might just be able to end. I actually think they just... The death timers are long. They have so much tower damage.
I think they just win the game. Boy, that's insane. They can just tank this up. They have the tankiness, they have the minions behind them. And yeah.
It's only follow-up in like 3 seconds.
They're definitely gonna try.
I think it's done. Sure. I think it's done. I think it's actually done.
Apollo is gonna try to pull this wave, but he can't pull those caster minions away. Down will go the Nexus turrets, and sometimes you just gotta play the game of League of Legends well, and that's the way you'll win the game, BNK. They outplay them here in game number 3, and they take Saturday Showdown for the 7th time in a row. As Fiora, you see that BNK, the coaching staff, very happy after this win.
And the confidence to go up the end, knowing that they can pull it off, long death timers. But this must have been devastating for Bro, watching their base crumble and thinking, we could have won this. We could have won this series, we could have won this game. The BNK FearX, better team on the day. Even overcoming some drafts we didn't feel so positively about.
There was like one person who said Nautilus, and everybody's like, tower, 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 tower. Like, no. Big nices from the squad. Looks like Clear was very happy. He did a lot of damage in trading with Morgan. I mean, certainly the Fiora was able to do that. It just felt like there were a couple of team fights that just absolutely broke down. And huge props to Raptor and Kellen for some really great synergy. Like Raptor getting multiple impales into just straight up like holding them in place. The solar flare comes down, the follow-up with the Kaisa. Yep. You could see what they were going for. Again, the Fiora, we talked enough about that.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POM interview translation, joined by Raptor on the side of BNK FearX. Congratulations!
네, 승리 소감 먼저 여쭤볼게요.
How do you feel?
대회에서 승리를 해본 지 되게 오래된 것 같은데 오늘 다 같이
No, it feels like it's been so long since we got a victory on stage, so I'm just really happy and glad that we were able to accomplish it.
적으로 만나보니까 오늘 좀 어떠셨나요?
It was a hyped match against your former teammate, Closer, so how was it meeting him as an enemy?
저희 팀에 있다가 상대로
It was quite entertaining.
오, 재밌으셨다.
Yeah, from ally to an enemy. It was really fun.
클로저 선수의 기세가 좀 강력하기도 했기 때문에 경계도
Yeah, Closer had such a strong momentum today.
어떤 점을 좀 가장 신경 쓰셨을까요?
So what did you focus on the most during the match?
저희가 더 잘한다고 생각해서 왔기 때문에 좀 사고 안 나고.
First of all, we came here with the mindset that we're better, and I think it's just all about not making mistakes and just playing out as we normally do. And in game 2, your 3-man Wukong ult really turned everything around. So how did you feel in this moment? You know, I really can't remember this moment.
좋았을 것 같은데
네, 3인구 했으면.
Oh yeah, I remember that. The 3-man ult. Yeah, it was great.
스카노가 혹시 아셨나요?
And in game 3, did you know that Skarner was winless?
전패 카드였는데요. 이걸 선택해서 첫
He
승리의 주인공이
had a 0-win, 4-loss history so far, and you gave him his first win. So what are your thoughts on Skarner right now?
중에 좀 좋다고 생각해서 선픽으로 많이
I feel like he's one of the better champions to play within the tank jungle lineup. So and you guys let the enemy take Gwen and took Fiora in the top side. So
일단
did Clear
개인적으로 할 수 있는
try
픽이 몇
to
개가
convince the
있었는데
team?
그중에 피오라를 해보고 싶다고 해가지고
Yeah,
피오라를
honestly,
했던 것 같습니다.
he actually did say that he wanted to play Fiora because it just made most sense out of all the options that we had. And with your amazing performance, BNK FearX got their first victory, and your next opponent will be DRX. What is your resolution?
잘해서 이겨
DRX is also a dominant team, and I think we just have to keep ourselves on our toes and make sure that we win the next one as well.
감사합니다.
And that's the end of the interview with Raptor, and back to the space. Thank you.